is gonna be a little bit of me working in my environment. Okay. Now we got a system. So the long form content, and we got the shorts and the manpower to get to the shorts. And then we got the live streams every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. In my situation, I had like several tools that I would go to separate spreadsheets for. I decided to combine them into one. Now, also, what I did was I eliminated a field. I had a separate field for the auto folder operation where if I need to either read a folder's contents or the folder's contents or read a folder's file contents, that's an operation there. I have like 4 or 5 different project folders that I would do, and they have separate requirements. And I want consistent folders to be organized with, so I don't, the production moves forward and I don't get stalled, if you will. So that's what this is. It kind of I took and I combined it. This is where I would kind of test things out before I bring them to market. One of the things that has a password generator, a timestamp. When you open it, it automatically does the timestamp. And what this does is it launches websites or does my folder functions. And then down here is the text item that I deal with, some of things like that. So I put a reboot or like a restart in the sheet just to see what we could do with that, you know. And I couldn't get it to work at this point in time. And what happened is I had to go in and I had to fix on it. So it's like on these lives and some of the content like is gonna be kind of like this, like where I'm kind of going over some of the projects I had to do and explaining some of the stuff. One of the things I really do like is on open and workbook close macros for Excel VBA. And also, what I like doing is breaking up my codes into pieces, if you will. You know what I mean, based upon what needs to be done. Like for instance, if I want to do a timestamp, I want to send like right down there on the workbook open. I want to do the timestamp, and I want to point the cursor to the right cell when on open. So that's how it works. So I'm working on the save. I'm seeing something not right. I don't, but working on the save. So I think I remember at one point in time, the work it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do. So sometimes you have to take a step back and you have to kind of walk through the code slowly. Like look at that code, think about, hey, what's going on, you know, with this code, and why is it not doing what I think it should be doing? You know what I mean? So you have to really kind of don't get that confirmation bias factor going. You have to make sure that you have to have a clear state of mind to go and check out the code and you have to walk through it. You know what I mean? So what happens is, like if it's not doing one thing, if you're not paying enough attention, you're gonna miss that one little thing that will make everything work or not work at all, you know? So in this case, I'm over here and I'm just kind of commenting the codes. When I started doing this, I did not comment the codes and my codes were just a mess.
Typing the same phrases all day, this will save you serious time. Text Response Tool lets you store your most used replies in Excel. Then you insert them with one click. No more retyping. No more copy and paste chaos. Just faster replies and a cleaner workflow. If your day is full of repeated messages, this is the shortcut you need.
So, when you comment a code, it makes it really easy to, I guess, it makes it really easy to troubleshoot. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's troubleshoot the code. And what happens is when you troubleshoot the code, it allows you to break it down, and you learn so much about the code by doing the whole troubleshooting thing that it's just amazing. It's completely amazing. So basically, I'm just doing some cosmetic work and stuff like that. Um, I just want to see where we are, and probably take like a quick little like 5 minute break. Or, you know what I mean? See what's going on. All right. Yeah. And when you do the colors and the like things like the legend, this and the other, playing around with the different colors, see what sticks out most, see what helps me. Um, because I want to train my eyes to go to certain things for certain things. You know what I mean? If I want to do the date and time, that block is white. If I want to do the folder, activity, auto folder, website launcher, multifunction by selection thing, that box is going to have its color and its look. You know what I mean? And then when I'm in the text response box, that's where I would, make that look a little bit different than what the last box was, so that I customize it to the way my eye works. You know what I mean? This is a really good spreadsheet because it's kind of one of those things that it's like where I would test things out before I even do anything further with them. And then like frequently done things like opening folders, notepad, that's what note is, hiding data, view data. There's a back sheet to this that has all the data that makes it operate. The back sheet, it does not operate, things like that. Um, Make sure you're clicking the like, folks. And if you are here, say hi. We would appreciate it. The engagement, you know what I mean? Don't be shy. I know I like watching stuff from the clouds too. I did. Um, but just come on out, you know what I mean? We're gonna be again next Friday, same time, same place. We're gonna have some more content for you and everything like that. Yeah, colors, colors are everything, but it's important to you know, do these colors a certain way so that you are able to get this sheet to look and work a certain way for you, and work with you in terms of your eyeballs and things like that. You know what I mean? Because if you make the sheet a really bland one color, what's going to happen is it's going to just not work with your eyes. You're going to get lost. I've done it to myself before. I know anybody that works with it. It's like the interface. It's all like software and everything like that. The interface has got to look right. And if you can't get it to act right, then, well, not can't, but if you're unable, if you're unable at the time to get it to, um, what you could do is take a look at the code and make some changes, then come up with ideas and that sort of. Um, so what I do is I have a thing, right? If there's a certain task that I'm going to do, I want to, instead of me sitting there and waiting to open the web pages, I could just kind of run a button to see it. But we're still fixing that reboot. At this point, we fixed the reboot. Yes, the sheet is password protected. Any sheet with sensitive data should be password protected. Indeed, we would always do that because of the nature of the data involved in the thing. Um, and once again, say hi to everyone. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share with friends, share it on Twitter, your media, things like that. This is good quality learning channels about. I have a project. I might be able to document it and put it on this channel. All right, so going forward, this is the list of frequently used text that I kind of keep, you know what I mean? And we want to go back into this sheet. Now, sometimes you got to password protect the code, and that's what you got to do in order to get certain things done. I got the code for that. I put it in, get in, and go in and fix the modules. In this case, what was going on was that I'm just going at this point, probably going to be testing different things, making sure like all of the activity selection in the holder folder and the website loader works. You know what I mean? Always a good. All right, so basically doing a little quick review. Um, that is very important. I didn't need there. I needed to activate the sheet, display alerts, get the sheet working like it was, then save as opposed to save and then save alerts. Little things like that could throw your show wholly off, you know. That's so like like sometimes you have to step through the code slowly if something is wanna and it's like it's really fun when you gotta observe the variables within good stuff. Um, but basically, what we're gonna do is open that file location and create a shortcut. What I ended up having to do was make a tool like this for every one of the environments that I'm like I could work on like three computers at the same time. So what happens is I don't want those three computers in the same file at the same time. Yes, there are some particulars that I got to work out about it, but for me, the way to get around that is to create three separate files for separate purposes, custom made to the environments, and then I could run tests before I push or cascade them into the production, if you will. And then like the tools, some of the tools can be used to help with different projects and the going on. But the current tool for me would be the Macro 26, my multi tool 26, which kind of consolidates a couple of fields and has like a shorter form than what I had before. And that's important because what happens is that's less that I have to scroll and things like that. So that's always a good thing. That's always a good less you have to do. And then an exit button, I didn't like the way that was looking. You could get really nitty. OCD, you run into a rabbit hole doing that sort of thing because but the buttons they can't be sitting on top of each other because that makes a problem. And the exit and reset button is this is in case I'm on my mobile device and don't really want to be scrolling around, which I'll explain because that text response device right there, I'll explain really quick. That's 698. That's 698 statements that I would commonly say in a text message to someone, whether it's on this um, platform or that platform or this. And instead of me retyping that or making that type out as I go, I would have to kind of keep a list. You know what I mean? So you can keep a list on a notepad file and do it that way, but it doesn't. That's not the way you want to do it. Well, not the way I would want it, because there's a lot of scrolling involved, and you have to know where it is. But this system I'm about to show you, amazing. And it came from kind of this, you know what I mean? It was developed from this at this time, that sort of thing. Um, if you hit click the like and all that sort of stuff, click that like, click the like. All right, so the first thing is the activity selection. If I want to read and copy a subfolder of a folder or that sort of thing, I could do that for another project. Like if somebody like says I have these folders and these files and I need to rename them. Well, sometimes I might just want to get the names of the folder so I can do an analysis to see what I'm looking at. Another thing is like the folder creation, those are templates for what folders to create. And then the new folder creation is just a simple new folder creation. Then we want to read and copy the file names of a folder. That's one of the operations. Void is this. I had to put a void in this because what happens is if you don't put a void in something like this, because it relies on what you put in it, and if you put in any of those, like say if I wanted to open up these websites, well, if I click on those websites, and what happens is each one of those could open up as many websites as the system would let me in Excel, right? If I don't want to do that, if I don't put a void in, I have to click anything on the list to get it to go out of that or get past it but the void lets me do none of the operations and it's a way out of this list without messing things up. That's what that's about. Uh, So it's do the folder, it either opens websites. You know what I mean? So I go there. What happens is I select the target folder. Okay. And then I'm going to run this test. It tells me the folder that I selected, the folders created successfully. So what happened there was all those folders were just created in milliseconds. That's one of the projects that we talked about earlier in the channel that you should check into. I think I got a video. I should probably reference it, but I didn't get that far into this. Now we're just testing things out. And we want to go through and we want to do like something like a website load, something like that. And this system that I'm on was
Consistency is not motivation. It is a system. If you are posting only when you feel inspired, growth gets hard. Content 360 helps you build a repeatable workflow. Create your content, plan your schedule, and publish across platforms without starting from scratch each day. When your system is simple, consistency becomes easy.
Now, here comes the music.
Come to chest, cause when we come as the best. I know you can't test, cause we're the greatest, see? Alright, Mr. DJ, we know, see, when you select tone and thing, yeah, clap ranking, see? Pull him on,
You're in the mix with the one and only. It's DJ 3T.